Hello 4-Hers! I'm here to make a video about how to make your project report form and your record form. First we're going to start with the project report form for Clover Buds, which are your under 8. So it's put into 2 pages, the one for Westchester County, but it's only because it's so big so you guys can see it. This form is the form for your goals for the year, so you're going to start it with your name, your 4-H club, the name of your project. I hope by now we all know what our project is. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Then you're going to go, the first thing you're going to do is what you wanted to learn for the year. So what was your goal? Did you want to learn how to properly pick up your animal? Did you want to learn how to show your animal properly? What was your goal? I like to do this one, give this at the beginning of the year so my club members can fill that out first so they have a goal. The next is one thing you did or a trip you took with your club while you were working on your project. Did you do something really spectacular? Did your club go somewhere and do something with your project? The next is tell us a tool or a piece of equipment that you learned how to use this year. Say you didn't know how to clip your animal's toenails and this year you learned how to do that. Well, what did you need to learn how to use in order to clip your animal's toenails? The next is one interesting thing you learned this year. Did you learn that your animal has a certain number of toes or a certain number of teeth? What's something interesting you learned that you didn't know before? And the last thing is, why do you like this project? Why do you like coming to 4-H and learning about your project? And then you're going to sign it, and then your parent's going to sign it. Pretty simple for you 8 and unders. The next thing we're going to do is the project report form for you guys that are 8 and over. So the top is going to be the same. Your name, your 4-H club, your project area, your years in 4-H, and how many hours you spent working on this. That's new, so if you have an older form, it might not be on there. So if you do have an older form, it's okay. Don't worry about it. First question again is, what was the goal? Your goal at the beginning of the year? Was it you wanted to become the best in your age group at showing? You want to get that grand champion award in your age group? What was something you wanted to learn? Something new, like you wanted to go out and learn about diseases for your animal this year. Did you have any fair entries from this project? That's the next one. Like, are you showing your animal in the fair? Did you make something to use for your animal? If we're doing this for animals. Obviously, you need this form for any project presentations. I'm kind of doing an overview based on animals. What was your favorite part about this project? What did you do? Club activities. How have you shared your knowledge? Did you go to school and tell your friends about it? Like, how did you share your knowledge this year? And this one, it's a kind of a multiple parts. Did you reach your goal? Were you satisfied with your work? What might you do to make a more advanced project in the future? Could there be a part 2 to this year? And then on the bottom, you're just going to circle which life skills you used or learned while working on this project. And then you're going to sign it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. The next one is where it gets a little more confusing. The project record form. Now I'm using the animal form. There are different kinds of forms for this, but I'm using the animal form. It's more than one page. It's about, depending on if you double-side it. If you double-side it, it's 2 pages, but they're both-sided. I just printed out one side, so it's 4 pages. First, you're going to start with your project, your name, your 4-H club. The year should be not the wrong year. If it is, cross it out, put the right year. Your years in 4-H, your years in this project. Some people switch clubs or add a club, so your years in 4-H and your years in the project might be different. And your animal's name. Then you're going to sign it, your parent's going to sign it, and then your leader's going to sign it. And then this is the animal project policy for animals. You're going to write your name, you're going to read this whole thing, and then you're going to sign it and date it. And then your parent's going to sign it. Yep. Then we're going to go on to project animal information. You're going to state your animal's name. You're going to state the color and the markings on it. If you know your height from at shoulder in inches, you're going to write that down. The weight and pounds. If you don't know the height, estimate it. Try with a ruler if they stay still. The same with weight in pounds. And then if you know your breed, you're going to write your breed. If your breed is a mixed breed, just write the main breed that's there, unless you know what the mixes are. If you don't, like you have a Netherland Dwarf mixed with something else, just write Netherland Dwarf mixed because that's the part of the animal you know. And the next page is your feeding record. You're going to say, what do you feed your animal and how much? So if they get pellets, vegetables, treats, all that. You're going to say, why did you pick this kind of food? Especially when it comes to treats, your animal might not like one treat, but it might like something else. You're going to say, what is the nutritional analysis? That's when you get your feed, it has a feed tag on it. On that, it has the nutritional breakdown, just like a box of food, or, as I have here, a bottle, the nutritional facts. You're going to write those down. Yes, I'm drinking Gatorade. The last thing is treats that you give your animal and how often. And then on the bottom, they want you to attach a food label. The next is the top table is healthcare. So if you took your rabbit to the vet for any reason, the date, why, any medication or vaccine. Okay, the why is here. This is the description of what's wrong. The bottom is your supply list at the beginning of the year. So I kind of think you should get this at the beginning of the year for next year, if you didn't already, and fill out this bottom part on what you started with. Food goes on here, treats go on here, all of that. The next and last page, this table is your ending supplies. So supplies you ended with. If you've bought anything new for your rabbit, toys, a new cage, that all goes on here. And then this is your financial report. Approximately the cost you spent on food, on supplies, litter, shavings, all that. Veterinary care, medications, the value of your equipment at the beginning of the year, and the value and the total cost to own your animal for the year. So those are all of those. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will answer you. I hope all these are very helpful. Bye!